Flight just landed in Newark. Told JR, let's hit a bar. Told him come and take a shot with your bar. It's been a while and I could use the jaw. Do some more flings in the place. Didn't think I'd see him face to face, eye to eye. Now it's the case, she wondering.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Reckless here once again. I'm out here with the New York homie, dope artist, lyricist, music critic, Call of Duty god, juggernaut, fucking monk. I don't know. Fucking the homie Prince Perez is in the building. What's going on, dog?
What's popping? What's good? What's good? What's good, bro?
Yeah, everything's good out of my end, brother. So you're about to drop a new album, Brighton 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how does it feel to have that done now and about to be dropping now and shit? How does that feel?
Ah, man. Shoot. It's still, I guess I'm still in the stress mode still with because you know that the release isn't, you know, it comes out the 17th and you know, I still got press to do. I still got promotion. We got videos to shoot. We got, you know, the release party and the listening party and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's still like the rollout for this is just been a little bit stressful, but I'm happy that the actual album is done. That I'm happy with.
It's always a good feeling, man, because like it's always stressful to like have it over your head, like, oh my god, the album's I need to finish it. Time's wasting. And now that's over. You know, I'd rather have the stress of promotion than the stress of creating it.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts. Definitely.
And how was the process making it? You know what I mean? Like, was it like an enjoyable experience? Was it stressful? Talk to me.
For the most part, it was enjoyable. For the most part, it was like, because, you know, I think I sent you probably like 5 or 6 different track lists.
Yeah.
And it was just, you know, I was having fun with it. You know, I was, you know, me and John, he took executive producing role for this album. And you know, same with my engineer, same with the features and everything. And, you know, there was a lot of songs that I really liked that I was like, nah, just doesn't you know, match the vibe. And then there was songs where it was just like, nah, like this absolutely has to make it. We're gonna do what we got to do to get this on the album. So, I mean, it was a cool process. Like I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed me and John met up like every week or every other week, and we just literally just sat down and listened to either new music or like he would be like, nah, I think you should do this with this song, or maybe you should, you know, revisit this one later or whatever, or are you sure you really want this on the album? And you know, that kind of helped out because it kind of shaped my vision for it. And you know, once we got to the end product and we listened to the final mastering and everything, like we just was like, yeah, this is it. Like we're good.
Nice. And speaking of which, I know like before when the last interview we talked about like he wasn't on board yet as executive producer. You were just kind of like still figuring it out on your own. So what made you decide to like have him, you know, take the reins as the executive producer for that project?
It was honestly, we was just talking about it. Like it was just like a conversation that we was having about music, and it had nothing to do with my album at all. And he was just talking about like, yeah, like I always wanted to, you know, just like help curate and have the A&R type of role and executive producing role. And I was just like, yo, bro, do my project. And he was like, you for real? And I was like, yeah, bro, like fuck it, why not? And, you know, he took that shit to heart. You know, every time I sent him music, he would have notes for me. He would, you know, he would critique it to the fullest. And, you know, I took everything that he gave and I put it towards the music. And when we listened to the final product and, you know, we was really satisfied. Like, I really feel like to date, this is probably the best music that I've ever like actually worked on. And then not only that, like the content is there, like, people are gonna hear this and they're gonna not just see the growth, they're gonna see the content. They're gonna see like where I went with this. Like it's a little bit different from volume 1, but much of the same at the same time. So I'm excited.
That's dope. And through your experience working with John, do you like feel like you wish you had the same kind of like guidance or like, you know, stuff going on for your first 2 projects as Prince Perez? Or did he
I do wish I had an executive producer for both of the projects. I do. Whether it be John or somebody else, I do wish that there was somebody in place to keep me a little bit more structured, a little bit more accountable, you know, for my music. But I think that for each project, you have to find it can't be the same person every time. I think that, you know, for certain projects, certain sounds that you're going for, it has to be a specific, you know, person. Like for this particular album or this particular series, like I would probably keep John on. Like if I do a volume 3, I would keep John on for the volume 3. But if I was to come out with like a part 2 of Prince, if I was to do a different project, or like even a project that me and my engineer are working on right now, we're doing a whole album that's kind of in the vein of my mood song. So it's gonna be like a lot of EDM, a lot of house, a lot of uplifting, a lot of like what's his face, Dead Mouse and
Skrillex and shit.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of that. So for that album, like we have an executive producer for that one already, because I sat down with my engineer. I was just like, yo, I know you're making the beats, I know I'm coming with the lyrics, but it's good that we have a direction and we have, you know, a point man for it. And I feel like everybody should have that. Any project that you go into, there should be an outside ear listening to the music that not necessarily knows you as a musician, but knows you as a person and wants to see your vision come to light, you know, and those people are always going to put you in the best position to win. That's
true. Very true. And what made you decide to make a sequel to your Brighton album?
Man. Okay. So I remember when we was first talking, I was going to do I wanted to do like a double album. It was going to kind of be like a Prince and Brighton type of album where I was going to make a part 2 to both of them. But the way that I was going about it, and then because when I first started working on this album, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I didn't know if it was going to be hip hop. I didn't know if it was going to be R&B and pop. I didn't know what was going to be my direction with this album. But I think probably just listening to different beats and everything and having more of a vibe with the rap, I was just like, all right, you know, I'm just going to do rap. I'm not going to worry about, you know, hip hop and I mean, you know, R&B and pop right now. I'm just going to worry about, you know, rap right now. Like, I just want to rap. And once I had that in my head, like, I just wanted to rap, like, that was it. Like, I'm all the beats that I listen to, like, if I'm not rapping on it, if I felt like I could sing on it, then I'm like, nah, like we're going to put this to the side. We're going to use this later. Cause I'm still working on another project. I plan on having another project drop. I'm working on project that I want to come out around July, around my wife's birthday. So hopefully I could get that done. But yeah, man, it was just, you know, it's tough because especially when you don't have a clear vision at first, and then you start working on the music, and then you get the clear vision, and it makes everything so much better. So, I mean, once I had it in my head that I wanted to rap, and then I was listening to volume 1, I was like, I want to make a volume 2. Like, I want to continue this series. So if I do come out with another rap album, it more than likely will be a volume 3.
Good shit. Because I could imagine like trying to take on like the part 2 of both your first 2 albums, you know, on one project is a hefty price, you know, hefty thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So much to hit the theme for the first project and the second project all on one, you know, new double album thing. It's a lot to take on.
Yeah, I was really thinking about that because I really wanted that to work, but it just didn't, because the whole premise of Brighton is the voicemails. The voicemails don't only set up the next song, it also sets up the story I'm trying to tell. So while you're going through it and you get to the end of the song and you hear the voicemail, it's kind of like it's a story. You know, I'm literally going through this journey of what a normal day or a normal week or whatever it is, or what it would be to be, you know, Prince. And I couldn't do that with, you know, with Prince, with the first album. I couldn't do that. I couldn't make a part 2 to Prince and have those voicemails because the vibe will be off. Like, how do you take what you did with volume 1 of Brighton and mimic that with Prince when Prince didn't have it to begin with? And then 2, it's nothing but, you know, love music. It's nothing but, you know, love, club, you know, R&B pop type music. You can't do that with hip hop. You know, hip hop, I feel like it has to be concrete, it has to be linear. Like if you're going to tell a story, you have to do it correctly. So how could I balance that? And I just figured I couldn't. So I was like, fuck it. You know, I'm just going to work on volume 2. If I'm going to work on a part 2 to Prince, it's going to come later on. But honestly, I'm probably not going to do a part 2 to Prince. I like the Brighton volumes, so I'm going to keep that. And if I do another album, I'm just gonna do another album. Like if it's another R&B and pop album, I'm just gonna name it something else.
No, that's cool. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to just move on to different projects instead of linger on the old past projects. Going back to Brighton though, like for the people who don't know, explain like what inspired the voicemails, and can let us know, reveal some voicemails you had on this new one if you can.
There's a lot of different projects that inspired me with the voicemails, with the direction of that. Good Kid, Mad City is one of them. With Kendrick. There was a Fabulous project where he did not like voicemails, but like phone calls and stuff. Jim Jones, Ja Rule, you know, a lot of those, like there was phone calls, there was like voicemails at the end of something, or like there was like a small skit at the end of songs. And I just like that. I like that kind of, you know, old school type feel to like a new school type album. So what I wanted to do was tell a story through the voicemails. So each song, when you get to the voicemail, that voicemail is kind of setting up the next song. It's kind of like the alley-oop. Like, okay, we're done with this song, but there's still it's like going to like a Marvel movie, you know what I'm saying? And like the voicemail is the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
You know, so and then the next song is kind of like, you know, the sequel or the next movie in the MCU or some shit. So that's the way I looked at it. You know, I kind of viewed it that way. With the first album, it was more of I actually had these voicemails in my phone. You know, a lot of the voicemails that was on there, like I actually had these voicemails on my phone, and I just decided to save them and use them. For this album, it was more curated. Like I kind of doctored a lot of the voicemails. So, you know, I wanted a more clear-cut vision. So when you listen to this album, the voicemails are more tailored to my vision, you know, tailored to the music that I'm making.
Nice. And how many tracks do you got on this project?
There's gonna be 9. I think I had 9 on the first one. There's 9 on this one as well.
Oh, nice. And
it's short and sweet. It's probably, I think it's about 30 to 40 minute runtime. Like it's literally, you could run through it in like a half hour. Like it's short, sweet, straight to the point. Like I'm in your face with it.
Good. It's also good for replay value that we can keep running it back. Oh, this already. I love it. I'm gonna go replay that shit again. And also, what features do you got on this project?
Oh shit. I got Blank Face. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got Blank Face. I got who I got Blank Face. I got Frank. Shoot, man. Hold on. Let me pull up this list. I got Jody the Real, Squeegee O, Cairo, John D, and Demet. Demet was on my very first album. She did a lot of background vocals for singing, and she was also she did the hook for Without You. Demet, love her to death. That's my homie. Like that's, if I need a female to jump on, like yeah, she's my go-to. So I had to get her on this album. Shout out to her for, you know, for creating magic, because like, you know, I needed her. I need the assist for that. For the record that I wanted to pull it off, and she came through. Blank Face on Flex Therapy. He went nut. He was in his Tory Lanez bag. Like it was crazy. If I could share, I may be able to play it for a little bit. I may be able to play some music for you. Yeah. Money Calling, I got Frank on here. You know, Frank did his thing. Of course, you know, Frank always come correct. He never lets me down. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I reach out to him, he's always ready for the call. Jody, I did New Brighton Drive By. I did it the way that I had New Brighton Drive By, because I wanted this album to kind of mirror Volume 1, but not in the same vein. So a lot of Volume 1 is in Volume 2, but it's just on a bigger scale. So what I did with New Brighton Drive By in the first one, where it was just me and Fluke, this one I kind of took what I did with All the Smoke and what I did with New Brighton Drive By, and I made part 2. So part 2, it got Squeegee-O, it got John D, it got Jody, it got me, and it's just nothing but progressively aggressive raps. Like straight from opening tip to when John ends it at the end. I mean, that one was fun. That one was fun.
Yeah, that was a dope ass song. You guys came.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. I sent it to you.
That's what you saying. Yeah. Shit, you guys were talking. Now you talked some real shit on your verse too. I was like, yeah, fucking facts.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I was trying to drop some gems on this album. I mean, I really wanted this album to like, kind of reflect the nature of where I am right now. So a lot of them, I was just dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? Like when my son is able to like listen to this shit, and be able to understand what I'm saying and really feel where I'm coming from, then he could take those gems, especially if I was to ever pass away. Like he got this. You feel me?
That's hard. Yeah. Just give some wisdom even after you're gone and shit. That's fucking dope.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And what inspired the cover? Because I noticed I saw the covers a little reminiscent to the first one, where the writing and stuff. Like, what inspired that kind of cover?
Okay, so what inspired that cover is it was a Rick Ross cover, and I like the words behind them. I like what is it? God Forgives I Don't. I think it was that album. Hold on,
I know what you're talking about. I remember the cover. I just don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I forget hold on, I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
Always keep my phone handy. It's rather you than me, that album. So he had like, the words in the background and shit like that. And I thought that was dope. And I kind of wanted to mimic it, but I wanted to do my own thing. So volume 1 was kind of like a homage to it, because I kind of did it like, exactly how he did it. But then part 2, I wanted to keep that theme. So volume 3, I'm gonna, if I keep going, volume 3, volume 4, whatever it is, I'm gonna keep those the same, the way the lettering is. But I wanted to change it up. I wanted it to be a little bit differently. I sent it to Fluke. Fluke was like, nah, I got you. Like, I'm gonna fuck around with this. And then like, I think like 2 days later, he sent it back to me. I was just like, yeah, this is fire. I'm gonna use this. So I actually had the cover art done way back in, I want to say July. Like I had this shit done for a while. I've just been sitting on it. I haven't, like, I wanted to post it so bad, but I wanted to make sure the album was at least 90% done before I even, drop it and make an announcement that I'm dropping the album. So once it was 90% done, that's when I initially said on social media, like, hey, I'm dropping this album on the 17th. And I think that was like last month. And then this month, December 1st, that's when I just started promo. And that's when I dropped the cover. That's when I, started dropping, sound bites of the songs and stuff like that. Now I'm on my promo shit.
Good shit. And are we going to expect any hard copies coming soon from this project?
This one, well, just like all of them, if anybody wants a hard copy, just DM me. That's it. If you want a hard copy, you want a physical copy, even the vinyl, DM me. I will make it happen. I always, the way that I look at it like that is like, it's one of those things where it's like, per order, as per order, so if you hit me up and you're like, hey, I would like a physical copy, I'll print one up, I have it signed, and I'll ship it to you personally. You know what I'm saying? Like I make sure I put like a little note in there and everything. But those type of things where, because it costs money. It costs, I gotta come out of bread. So I'm not gonna, print up a whole bunch of copies and then nobody's asking for the physical copies, because everybody streams or everybody buys them digitally now. But for those that still want physical copies or would like to have a physical copy, yeah, just DM me.
Just not gonna consider at least putting out like at least 100 copies just in the back burner. I mean, they can be just like merch too for an online store. Show.
Yeah. I thought about that too. I'm probably like, when I start doing shows for this album and everything, I plan on, start booking and everything by January. So I mean, I more than likely I'm probably just gonna get shirts made up, but I probably will have like 5 or 10 CDs made up probably every show and just give them out and sign them and shit like that. But other than that, yeah, man, it's just, whoever's on, you got me on your socials, just, hit me up, DM me. And I'll get one made up for you, vinyl, CD, whatever it is, whatever you want, bro. Like I'll send it out.
Good shit. And so what's next after this project?
I'm working on technically it's Prince Part 2, but it's not. The album's called Christine. It's a straight R&B pop album. It's probably gonna be like 7 songs. I'm dedicating it to my wife. Yes, it's nice and short. I'm dedicated to my wife. It's cool. You know, it got a nice little vibe to it. I'm about halfway done with it. But you know, I really haven't been concentrated on it too much, only because I'm working on, you know, Brighton Volume 2. And then I got, you know, my joint project with my engineer, and you know, the CEO of my label, work hard, play hard. Jawabi, me and him are working on a project. You know, we had dropped the Mood song. I think last summer, I want to say we dropped Mood, and yeah, we're just working on more music like that one, like Over You on the first album. So we're gonna you know, get all that shit together, and hopefully we'll have something by next summer. You know, we'll be able to drop, you know, just in time for the summer. We had some dance music and shit for everybody.
Looking forward to that project when it comes out. And any videos for this Brighton project do you want to announce that you are working on or gonna drop?
Yeah, so Aubrey's Ballad, I just dropped a teaser trailer for it on my Instagram, and I believe no, I haven't dropped it on TikTok yet. So Aubrey's Ballad, that is gonna drop the day my album drops. So December 17th, Aubrey's Ballad is gonna drop. It's just it's a sweet video, home style video. You know, videos just put together of me and my daughter, just my daughter in it. You know, the song was dedicated to my oldest daughter. So that's gonna drop on the 17th. Then I'm working on we're gonna do the intro. The intro is gonna have a fire ass video. We got some shit going on for that. As a matter of fact, that the intro is gonna be like it's like a 10-minute song. It's not a 10-minute song, but it's the song itself is only like 2-3 minutes, but it's gonna be like a 10-minute video. It's gonna be like a short documentary, but it's going to have the first the intro, you know, going throughout it, and I'm gonna you know, go back and forth with it. So I got something unique for that to come out. It's gonna be like a small little documentary that we're gonna put out, and I'm gonna do a whole lot of Flex Therapy, Money Calling, and Outside. So I'm gonna try to do what I can to, like, you know, get them to go together or whatever, and just like map it out how I'm gonna, you know, do these videos and everything. But those are the videos I'm planning on doing. Like I was literally with my videographer last night. We was just sitting down, you know, writing scripts and seeing directions of how we wanted to, you know, attack these music videos. But this album is gonna be the first album I'm gonna really go crazy with the visuals.
Nice. You got a good amount going on too. Look forward to those coming out. And so anything else you want to add to the people out there at all?
Oh man, I just hope everybody enjoys the album. I mean, I had a blast, you know, getting this together. I had so much fun, man, making this music. You know, I hope that everybody could hear not just the growth and the progression, but also, you know, they could see the vision, and they could, you know, fully grasp it and enjoy it while they can, you know, take everything in, because, you know, I took my time with this, and you know, I really put my heart and soul into this project. So I just hope that, you know, everybody enjoys it, man.
Good shit. Well, Prince, thank you for being part of this interview, brother. December 17th is when you can pick up the project, and you can check out the new music video coming out, and check the link down in the description below where you can hear the past project, so you can, like, you know, prepare for the new albums coming out, and also for when it drops, you can go right down there right away, check it out, you know, give it a like, put it to your playlist. All right, brother. Well, with that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell up above to see more interviews from me. And until the next interview, we out.